All right, I am Lori Delgradecki, and today we're going to talk about one thing I've been asked to teach on. I've been doing public speaking for about probably a little bit over 30 years. And so I'm going to go over some different little topics. And so the first one is going to be laying the foundation. You first want to understand the power that you can have in public speaking. And so there's a lot of things to prepare, to get ready, to create a speech, to talk about it. The first thing you're gonna want to do is to start with a hook, right? So stories sell. You've heard that over and over before. So you want to begin with a captivating story, like or a surprising statistic, or even a thought-provoking question, any of those things that's, like about communication or about influence. So, like, for example, imagine a world where bright ideas remain unheard, where passionate pleas fall flat, where the power to connect and inspire is completely untapped. That world exists, but it doesn't have to be ours. It could be yours. Right. Or another one, maybe, I've heard this one a lot before. Did you know that the fear of public speaking consistently ranks higher than the fear of heights or even spiders for many people? Yet that very challenge lies an incredible opportunity. Now, I've never really had the fear of public speaking. I've been in very small crowds, I've been in big crowds. Um, I've been in crowds with over 10,000 people, even more. The thing is, but if I see a spider, I'm calling somebody to take care of it. But next, what you want to do is you want to introduce your topic and the significance of why you're talking about it. So clearly state what your speech is about and help people to understand the foundational power of public speaking and what you're going to be talking about. And you want to emphasize that it's not just about giving presentations, but it's about effective communication in the broadest sense. And then you want to state your purpose. So, like, what is the goal for your audience? Let them know what you hope that they'll gain from the session. For example, my aim today is to illuminate why public speaking is a vital skill in all aspects of your life, not just in your business or your ministry. You want to ignite your belief in your own potential to become a powerful communicator, because that's going to help in every aspect of your life. Like I said, in your professional life, in your ministry life, in your personal life, even in your home. And then briefly outline what you're going to cover with people. Give that roadmap of the key areas that you plan to touch upon. And then, you know, why public speaking? Why does that matter? Because one, you're going to have personal growth and empowerment. So you're going to help to build confidence, not only in yourself, but also in the people that you're talking to. So you want to share examples of how conquering the fear of public speaking can translate to increase self assurance in other areas of your life. Like I said, each time that you speak up, you're not just delivering a message, you're building a muscle of confidence that will not only serve you in every interaction that you have, but also in the people that you're talking to and the people you're dealing with. It's also going to help you develop that critical thinking. So when you prepare a speech, that requires analyzing your information. It requires you structuring arguments. It requires you thinking on your feet and also sharpening your cognitive skills. And then it also helps you to find your voice. So public speaking provides a platform for you to share unique perspectives, your passions, your ideas. It allows people and individuals to be truly heard. Your experiences, your insights, those matter. And public speaking is about finding the courage to share them. With me, I've talked on many topics, from homeschooling, from teaching in a Christian school, from being a cop's wife for many years, for becoming a widow, for being a Christian mom, a Christian wife. There's so many different areas that I've been able to speak on because I've lived those areas in my life. And that's what you can do. The more that you delve into it, you can figure out what what your um what your experiences are and what your attributes are that you can share with others. And it also helps to gives you professional advancement. It helps to give you that leadership role, that leadership feeling, that effective communication in your workplace, if you're in a workplace, or your corporate environment, or in your ministry, or in your class, or even in your home. Like I said, that clear and persuasive communication is essential for teamwork, for presentations, for any leadership roles, for career progression. And like I said, even in your home, it's going to help. So that having that professional landscape and your ability to articulate your ideas effectively can be that key differentiator. It's not getting your point across by arguing, right? You can have differences of opinions with people in your area, but when you can articulate your ideas effectively rather than just arguing or raising your voice or shutting down or any one of those things. And then also, it's a part of influencing and persuading. So, public speaking skills are crucial for influencing your ideas, like I said, for driving change, whether you're leading a team, whether you're proposing a new initiative. The power to persuade through your words, whether it's preaching, whether it's teaching, that's invaluable. And you also want to build your network. So while you're doing that, you're going to build your network. So building your network, whether you're in a corporate environment, the same thing, whether you're in ministry, whether you're in business, working from home, working online, however it is, those speaking opportunities can connect you with new people and expand your professional circle. And it's going to create more opportunities for collaboration. I've worked from home and online for, well, since 1993, so about 35 years. And but by doing that, I have a huge network of people that I can reach out to and that I've worked with. And then also civic engagement. That makes a difference, and how that can make a difference when you're in your local area. And if you're getting out and being involved in your local areas, you can advocate for causes. You can do that online also. You know, public speaking is a powerful tool for raising awareness, for mobilizing support, and for advocating for the issues that you care about. Your voice can be an instrument for change. A lot of people in the political arena are doing that lately, right? Amplifying important messages and inspiring action about what you believe and what you care about and what you think is important. And getting out in your community, having that community involvement. You can speak at local events, meetings. You can speak at organizations and help contribute to your community and foster that connection. So the same thing, whether you're doing it in a corporate environment, or whether you're doing it in ministry, or whether you're doing it for your business from home, getting involved in your community is going to help you to collaborate and have support around you in your community. And then shaping public discourse. So the role of effective communication in shaping opinions and contributing to important societal conversations. So that is one thing that I love. Like, a lot of people can have different opinions, and especially the same thing in the political arena lately. It seems like a lot of people have differences of opinions and they voice them strongly. And that's okay to voice your opinion. You want to do it in a good and effective way. But that's one thing that I love, and a lot of different things of where I believe I can talk to somebody that has a difference of opinion and we can actually talk it out and see each other's point of view. Now, we still may never agree on the end result, right? But having that nice and decent conversation and explaining each other's points of view, that's going to help you build that confidence also. And with building confidence, you want to, you know, work out getting that nervousness or that fear, because sometimes it's normal, right? And even experienced speakers many times feel it. But you want to learn how to reframe that as energy rather than that negative force. So, that flutter in your stomach, it's not fear. It's just anticipation. It's energy waiting to be channeled, because you're going to help people. You're going to change their lives. You're going to make them better than they were from before they came to you, right? That's your goal anyway. And you want to focus on the message, right? So it's not about you. So shift the focus from your personal anxieties to the value of the message that's being delivered. If you feel like that this is something that God led you to, that God chose for you to deliver to people, then it's not about you. So you shouldn't be worried at all, right? When you truly believe in what you're saying, that passion becomes contagious. And that's going to overshadow any of your nervousness. And then, like everything, begin with small steps. But when you start with those small steps, you're going to end up getting big gains. So start with the low stakes, start with smaller speaking opportunities if you're starting with them. Contribute in different meetings, share in small groups. Learn to build your confidence gradually. And every time you speak, no matter how small or how big the audience, you're building that foundation for a greater confidence. But that's one thing that's huge too, that some people feel like they have to be the center of attention. I can be in rooms, and I've been in rooms before where then one time somebody finds out about a speaking engagement I did, or finds out who I am, and oh my goodness, I was sitting next to you and I didn't realize. And that that's because you don't have to be that center of attention. I can go into another room and I can let whoever is scheduled to be the speaker to be that center of attention, as they should be. And I can sit there quietly and be fine with that. And so that's one thing that you need to learn your place too, because some people, once they start, they want to get that extra attention. And so the right place at the right time, that's the key thing. And then the power of preparation. So preparing is a key, and it's definitely an antidote to your anxiety. So when you know your material, and when you know your material well, that significantly reduces nervousness. Confidence isn't just about personality. It's often a direct result of diligent preparation. I remember one of the meetings, one of my favorite speakers was Zig Ziglar. I have every single one of his books. I saw him live and in person probably over 100 times. And he would always say that he would prepare and he would read things and he would read them over and he would talk in the mirror to himself and he would prepare for his meetings when he had done them 1,000 times. And he was one of the best speakers in the world and the best trainers. But because he did all that, right? Because he prepared. And then you also want to visualize your success. So mentally rehearsing it for a successful speech, that's always important. And focusing on those positive outcomes and the feeling of accomplishment. Like you want to feel that you accomplished it also. Your mind is a very, very powerful tool. So you want to visualize yourself speaking confidently, and you want to visualize yourself connecting with your audience, right? Because if you're just talking, but you're not connecting with anyone, if they're not feeling it, if they're not getting something out of it, then what is it worth, right? So you want to connect with your audience. Even if you're nervous, let them know. It's okay to let people know you're nervous. It's okay to let people know when things are going on, right? You don't have to give all the details. We've had a lot of things going on personally this week, this last few weeks, and you can let people know that, right? But you can still work your business as you need to. If you have to take time off, of course, you can do that. Same thing in your ministry, but you still do the things that you feel that God's called you to do, right? Because God can give you the strength. But making eye contact and speaking with genuine warmth, even if it's feeling anxious, your audience, the people that are listening to you, they want you to succeed, and you want to connect with them because that connection is going to fuel your confidence. And that's it. Sometimes, like they say, the show must go on, right? You need to still continue what you have to do. Just like in your family, you might have something major going on, but your family is still, the household is still going, right? So your ministry may be still going. Your corporate company may still be going. And so there's still things that you have to do. But it's okay to let people know that you're human too. You don't have to always pretend to be this superpower, superwoman or superman. You can allow people to know that you're human too. And then if you do have a mistake, learn to reframe that. So in a growth mindset, you want to review those minor stumbles as learning opportunities rather than failures. So it's all about mindset and the way you look at it. It's okay to not be perfect. Every speaker has moments that they'd like to redo. The key is to learn and to keep going. I talk to people a lot of times that they go back in and they review their videos and they edit them and they make changes, and it's good to edit them, and it's good to review them, right? But when you're taking so much time on that, the key is, like I said, to learn and keep going. And when people see that you make a mistake, they see that you're not perfect, and that's okay. So, like if you're doing a commercial, it's got to be, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes tops. That maybe you want to have completely polished, right? But a lot of your teaching moments and things like these, I rarely, if ever, edit them. One, I just don't have the time. And two, I'm assuming people are going to give me grace through it if they do notice something, and they realize I'm human too, right? And then you want to summarize different takeaways for the different things that you're talking about, the different things that you're speaking about, right? You want to get people to realize exactly what exactly you're, like I said, what exactly you're talking about. And the same thing, talking about making mistakes, I'm looking in here and I just lost my place. And so, but that's exactly okay, right? It's exactly what you can show people, what you can go over, and people realize that, you know, things are going to happen with them too. And so the difference is, when you're influencing people, when you're giving ideas, that's going to help people to move forward. That's going to help people to get through what they're trying to get through. And so and that's also going to help people to visualize what they're going for, right? And in your public speaking, it should be powerful, right? And when you make a mistake, sometimes that knocks your confidence a little, right? But you want to keep building on that and don't worry about it. And you want to have that call to action for people. You want to encourage people to embrace the opportunity to develop their speaking skills. Like I urge you to see that public speaking as not a hurdle, but the launch pad of, like I said before, amplifying your voice, getting your voice out there, being able to connect with others, and making your unique mark on the world in your corporate environment with your key leaders or with your audience or in your ministry with the people you're talking to. And you will always want to end something with a strong and a memorable statement. So think of a final thought that is going to resonate with them, that's going to motivate people. So when you're on stage, whether it's a virtual stage or whether it's actually in public, you have the power to move hearts and minds, and it lies within each of you. God gave you that. So embrace the journey of becoming confident and embrace the journey of becoming an impactful speaker. Because the same thing, whether you are a pastor, whether you own a company, whether you are leading a team, your voice has the power to inspire, to educate, and to lead. So let it be heard. So some of the little key things is maintain an enthusiastic and an engaging tone. Don't speak monotone, right? Your energy is contagious. So the more you don't have to move all over your stage, right? You can stay in one spot. But if you talk like a robot, that's not going to be engaging, right? Your energy is contagious. And you want to use vivid language and imagery. So paint pictures with your words. People love stories and stories sell, whether it's in ministry and you're not selling anything, whether it's in a corporate environment and you're trying to get your message across, whether you're talking to your team, anything. Stories sell and people remember stories. So try to incorporate your stories into your speech and incorporate personal anecdotes. The same thing. If it's appropriate and if it's authentic, that's huge. If it's not authentic, then don't bother sharing it. But a lot of times sharing your own experiences can make the message more relatable. So the same thing, like I said, even if you're going through something, share that with people because that shows people that you're real. It shows people that you're authentic. And a lot of times use rhetorical questions. That way you can engage your audience's things, ask them different things and vary your vocal delivery. Like use different changes in your pace and your pitch and your volume to emphasize points and maintain interest. The same thing, if you're talking all monotone and in that solid voice that doesn't change at all, people are going to fall asleep, right? You ever in church and you're yawning or in a business meeting or a sales meeting and you're trying to hide from yawning? That's why, because usually the speaker is not having that voice inflection. And you want to maintain confident body language. So whether you're standing up or whether you're sitting down, sit up straight, stand tall, make eye contact with people, use natural gestures, right? So don't try to put a lot of movement. It's not a show, right? If you're an actor, then maybe it's a show. But if you're not an actor, you don't need to use a lot of gestures, but you want to use some to just help make that contact. So I hope a couple of these tips have helped you. And if they did, let me know what your favorite part was below and let me know what else you are interested in. Thank you, everyone.